Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Pause. Give me a pause while I'm trying to figure the tech stuff out. This is Clair Gifts Masterclass Day 3. All right, so this is the Clair Gift Masterclass for Day 3. I'm super excited to be here before you today. We have been talking about for the last 2 days the spiritual gifts, Clair gifts, as they're referred to. And Clair just means clear in French. All right, so the thing that I have to say, and I've been saying every day, but just in case this is the first time that you have caught me, everyone has spiritual gifts. We don't all embrace our gifts. From the beginning of time, people have had the gifts. And actually, the gifts have gotten some people killed because, especially women who were midwives, any type of intuitive, anybody that had any of these gifts were, hey, Aaron, thank you for watching. Anybody that had any of these gifts were ostracized. Some of them were actually killed. They burned the witches at the witch trial and that. And, the thing is they're finding out that they, some of them weren't actually professing to be witches. They just had gifts. So I digress. The one that we are going to talk about this evening is Clairaudience. And Clairaudience is close to my heart because that is the one that I entertain first. So I say that because everyone has these spirits and everyone can use them. And a lot of times you use them anyway. You don't even realize that you had been using them. So that is another tip. Hey, love, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. I'm going to go to my okay, so a little introduction. Hey, Donica, thank you for watching. A little introduction. Oh, y'all know what? I did not send this out. Hold on one second before I start on the introductions. Y'all, it's been just really amazing day. I hope all of you are having an amazing day. Hopefully, I will come up. Okay. Now let me. Okay, send that there. Y'all, I'm using StreamYard because it just was one of the best things to do, to be honest. All right, let me put this up here now. They're making it so freaking complicated. So I'm trying to get it out to these groups because I've had people asking me this, and I said I was going to put it in these groups, and so here I am. All right, okay. So there we go. All right, so thank you so much for joining anyway, all of you. So I'm talking about these clair senses. So clair senses are generally just any type of psychic sensitivity corresponding to the senses. Seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, tasting, touching, those are clair senses. And we all have them and we all generally use them in our life. We just don't always recognize that's what they are. And so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me in case you don't know me. A little introduction. I am Tammy Morrison. My business is Unleashing Your True Self, where I work with women who are on this awakening path, trying to step into their gifts and helping them to step into all that they are. Because a lot of times we, especially as women, we live on this planet and we live for our kids, we live for our husbands, wives, spouses. We live for other people, we live for our parents. We live for lots of people. And so assist women to step out, and actually be seen and actually do the thing that is lighting them up, the thing that sets them on fire, the thing that they want to do, because we all can get in a rut and we can just continue. And y'all know what? Ruts can last for years and years and years and years and decades. So I am really on a mission to assist people to step into their divinity, step into all that they're called to be. And also, because I love writing and I am a writer, and now I've published my third book, working on publishing my fourth book probably in the next couple of weeks. I feel that I'm being called to help people as an intuitive book consultant as well. So if you are looking at your story and saying, I think I need to write, and you don't have any assistance, you need help, you need a listening ear, even, I have some free consults for that. And I also am putting together a team. Actually, I have put together a team to help me to get people's books published, but not steal their joy and their royalties. Okay, so that's something that is important to me. And it's also important to help people with their publicity, because that is something that you need. Everyone writes books. People write books every day, especially with Amazon making it as easy as it is. However, people are not getting their books out there because there are so many of them. And so the publicity part is um, the part that I really want to assist people to do so that they can get their stuff out there. So anyway, that is me on a thing. I am your guide on this journey. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, an oracle, a priestess, author, an intuitive book consultant, and energy healer. And so I have found a way to just marry all of those things because I love all things energy, and I love writing, and I love listening to people's stories and helping them to craft them. So that's something that, I'm loving and I'm delighting. So we're going to move on. Okay, so we're talking about clairaudience, which is powered by the throat chakra. All right, that is powered by the throat chakra. And then clairaudience, I already explained, is clear hearing. So we're going to discuss clear hearing. So, clear hearing is when you hear words, sounds, and music in your mind's voice. Sometimes you will hear what sounds like your words, or it will sound like someone you know or even don't know. It'll be another voice other than yours. And that happens quite frequently. Clairaudience is the ability to hear psychic information and receive auditory intuitive messages. So a lot of times people will feel like they are hearing voices, like they have some type of psychiatric disorder, and oftentimes they just are gifted and they hear the psychic information. And many times you don't have anybody to talk to, and so this is one of the reasons why I came out as a mentor, because I know that sometimes you have these gifts and you don't know what to do with them. You don't know what's going on. You think you're going crazy, because I've experienced that. I have experienced that so profoundly. And so that has really put me on this path. Hey, Beth Ann, thank you for joining. And I'm welcoming Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook right now, and I'm super excited about it. I hate I can't show y'all the screen here, but maybe we'll work it out another time because I just don't know how to do that on Instagram. However, I'm going to share the information. How about that? So, signs that you may be clairaudient. Loud noises irritate you. You prefer listening to audibles instead of reading on Kindle. You are musically inclined. People call you for advice. You tend to talk to yourself in your head. And as a child, you talk to imaginary friends. So if those are things that have happened to you, then it's a sign that possibly you could be clairaudient. How do you use your clairaudience in your life? How do you use your clairaudience in your life? So for me, I use it by allowing the messages to flow. I do the best that I can to make sure that my throat chakra is open because clairaudience is powered by your throat chakra. And I also do my best to trust the guidance that I'm receiving because a lot of times we'll hear the guidance, we'll get it, but we won't trust it. And so we'll do something different. And to be honest with you, it could be a matter of life and death because there's some guidance that you get. Your angels and your masters, your guides are with you, and they will bring you the messages and they'll tell you don't take that right, take a left. And you're in your mind, you're going, oh, but I normally go to right. And they're telling you take a left. And so you take a left, and then you find out later that there was like a bad car crash or the traffic was tied up for 2 hours and you wouldn't have been able to get to work or wherever you were going if you hadn't listened to that guidance. So it all is a matter of trust. And that is like huge. That is huge. And the thing about that is, you have to take time to sit with yourself, to get in quiet, to connect with God, with your angels, with Source, with the universe. You have to sit and have that time to connect. Now, it doesn't have to be long, it can be a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever you feel comfortable with. But you don't have to. Just sit for like hours and hours, like people try to tell you that is the case. Is not, because we don't all have that kind of time, and God knows we don't. All right, so people who are clairaudient are natural musicians, singers, writers, and public speakers. Because what happens when you're clairaudient is you perceive sounds or words, extrasensory noise within the mind's eye, something existing in that realm. Also, as a clair audient, you can also receive tones and sounds from even another dimension. Aaron says, I hear songs or phrases in a show I'm watching that is a hint to something I need to know or hear. Yes, that is perfect. And that is something else that can happen for you as well. And also, you can be, sometimes also what happens is you hear music, in your head, and it could be a song, or what happens is you hear a song. You turn on YouTube or you turn on Amazon or whatever. Like I love Amazon Music. So you turn on Amazon or you turn on YouTube or wherever you listen to music, Spotify, whatever, and you hear a song, and that song reminds you of a person. And then you call the person. And when you call the person, they say, oh my God, I'm so glad you called. Or, here's another one that I actually have experienced. I was thinking about a person. I heard a song and it made me think of a person. And I actually gave them a call and I said, or I messaged them or something. And I said, hey, what's going on with you? I said, we need to connect. Now, I didn't know why I got the message that we needed to connect. I just knew that I felt and I heard this song that made me know that I needed to connect with this person. And so I did connect with them. And when I did, you know what they said to me? They said, oh, I'm so glad you called. I was thinking about so many things and I was feeling so depressed. And I, was thinking about killing myself. And I thought, wow, that was kind of unnerving for me, actually. And so I thought, wow, wow. You know, um, I thought, suppose I hadn't gotten that message. Suppose I hadn't been open enough to receive this message that this person I needed to connect with and talk to. Suppose. And so this is one of the things that I love about these gifts, because they do help you, and um, help you to be able to help other people. And that is, of course, why we're all here on this planet, regardless of whether you know it or not. So some exercises that would tell you about the clairaudience is: do you talk inside your head? Do you talk inside your head? Do you talk to yourself? Because I talk to myself. Because I ain't got nobody to talk to. So do you hear an answer back? Does that voice say you rather than I? So typically, when you hear from spirit, it's going to say you and not I, because, it's not you talking to you, it's spirit speaking to you. Do you ever quickly hear a word or a name in your head, or a song? A song. Does music get stuck or play in your head? Next time that happens to you, ask it what. Ask it what is it trying to share with you? What do you need to know? You know, how is this helping you in your life? How? So, on a scale of 1 to 5, how often do you hear thoughts or phrases or music in your head? If it's never, then, you may or may not be naturally inclined to be clairaudient. However, that does not mean that you are not clairaudient or you cannot develop that skill, because we have all of these gifts. We just have to develop the ones that aren't natural, that you're not naturally inclined to. Now, for me, I didn't realize I was naturally inclined to this one until it started hitting me in the head. And I should have known, because I love music. You guys know that watch me know I love to sing. And I apparently have this gift to do this public speaking thing, which I didn't realize I had that either, but here we are. And so I'm super excited just to be talking about this, because it's one of my favorite things to talk about. All right, let's see. So we'd love to chat. I would love to chat. That is all my information, my email, my websites, which I didn't even realize I had two, but I do. The social media connections are right there: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And actually, I'm on Twitter too, and I'm Tammy Morrison 16 on Twitter. Tammy Morrison 16 on Twitter. So I'm just super grateful to be here. And I also want to talk about the DNA activation, because the thing about that is, hey, baby. So I'm super excited to talk about that. But I have to say that the one thing that helped me to open up my gifts in the way is DNA activation. It was truly a catalyst for that. Hey, Alexia, thank you for joining. Um, so I would definitely want to share that, because that actually helped to get rid of some of the seals and some of the tags and things, and helped to open up me to the shadow work that I needed, because definitely shadow work is appropriate and we need that. And so many people now are not even teaching about the shadow work. So that's another thing that I definitely will be covering as well, because I really feel like that will help people to move, because some people feel so stuck. And a lot of times they'll have all of these gifts and they'll just be sitting on them because they don't know where to go. And then there are times also that you have these gifts, and yes, I can read you, but to be honest with you, I can read cards. But to be honest with you, I can read you anyway without any damn cards. I just, hey, Michelle, thank you for joining. So anyway, so that's what I'm talking about now is the spiritual gifts. And this one today was Claire is my special gift. Um, and if you guys have questions, now is a good time. Reach out, ask me a question, or you can always send me a private message on any of those platforms that are there. Facebook, Unleashing Your True Self, for Instagram. Um, Thank you. Instagram is I am Tammy Y. Morrison. LinkedIn is Tammy Morrison, Unleashing Your True Self. I'm on Unleashing Your True Self on Facebook, as well as you can hit me up on my personal page, which is Tammy Morrison. So I'm super, super grateful for all of you joining me tonight. Um, I absolutely freaking love to talk about all things spiritual and all things energy. It's powerful. And then again, like I said, if y'all interested in sharing your story and healing while you do that, because that is really a part of what I want to mix together. I just want to marry the healing and the writing piece because I know that writing helps us to heal. And a lot of times when we write and we share our story, even if we just speak it, because even every time that I speak and I share my story from my book, every time I share this story and I talk about it, and then I have a new one also, Michelle, but this one is my particular story, my true story. And every time I share it, and even every time I talk about it, it just brings me to a place and it allows me to remember even the healing that occurred as I wrote it, as I talk about it, because to me, it's almost like unpacking a wound. Okay, and I say that because I'm a nurse, done that many times, but it's like unpacking a wound. You know, you can unpack the wound, but you either got to do something to pack it, do something to help it heal. You know, you can't just unpack the wound and fucking leave it. You know, not can't work that way. So you have to do something to it in order to help it to heal. And so that is why I'm here talking right now with you guys about these gifts. So, again, I appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, day, night, weekend, whenever you catch this. Those of you that are catching the replay, y'all say hashtag replay. Say, hey there, how y'all doing? Say, how you doing? How y'all doing? All right, so I will be back tomorrow for day 4 at 6 p.m. Pacific time again. Invite your friends, those people that you know need this information because it's coming. I'm super excited about it. And then, of course, I have an amazing offer at the end of this workshop. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? I'm super excited. So if you are on your journey, you're needing um, assistance and you're needing some help, some mentorship, some validation, make sure you continue to watch and check me out for our last day of this particular masterclass series. Tomorrow, day 4, is going to be live, y'all. 6 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I think what is it, 8 p.m. Central time. I'm trying to get these times right. And I'm not even going to try to get London times and Australia times. I can't do it. But y'all can Google that shit. All right. So have a wonderful rest of y'all's day. And I appreciate y'all watching. Aaron, I appreciate you for watching. Donica, thank you. And anybody else that's on watching. Y'all, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Because it's time for us to begin to use our spiritual gifts and also know that you can use them in your life. You know, it's not just something that we use to read and to do intuitive things or nothing like that. No, you can use clairaudience in your life. I use it in my everyday life, in my 9 to 5 job. I use it. I have to because patients can be crazy. So you gotta know, you gotta trust your intuition sometimes when you're talking to them because they'll be telling you something, and if you have intuitive gift, you'll know that they're fucking lying to you. You're like, wait, no. Did you have something to eat after 6 o'clock? And they'll be straight lying to your face. Oh, no, I didn't have nothing. And will tell you yes they did, and you'll say yes you did, and then they'll say yeah I did. I had some coffee, or I had some, some pudding, or whatever the fuck they had. You know what I mean? So that is definitely one of the ways how I use my intuitive gifts with my patients and in my 9 to 5 life. So again, thank y'all for watching, y'all. I'm gonna get on off here. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and just enjoy. And make sure you come back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific. We're going to talk about the last Claire. I think I talked about Clairaudience already, Clairsentience already, and Claircognizance on day one. So if you missed those days, you can go back and catch those as well, on whatever platform you're watching them on. So we have those days are still there as well. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So they're all on there if you need to go back and watch. But tomorrow we're going to close it out with clairvoyance. And I love to talk about clairvoyance because clairvoyance is that particular gift that is all up on the TV. That's the one that everybody wants. And whether they can hear or feel or any of that other stuff, everybody wants to see. And everybody don't see, not always. Some people see, everybody sees differently. And we're going to talk about some of that as well because, I really, really want to bring this forward so that people know that this is not just a gift for psychics and mediums and, people that do readings and angel intuitives or, tarot readers or whatever. These are gifts that you are supposed to use every day with what you do in your life. And if you're a mother, you damn sure need to be using these gifts. Because them kids are beautiful. We love them to pieces. But, they're fucking lies. Even the ones that you say wouldn't do that when they get to be teenagers and shit. Oh my God. But I digress. So, anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. My heart is full. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening. Thank you, Facebook and YouTube. And thank you, Instagram, for joining me. And yeah, so have a wonderful one. Bye now.